No clapping, moving paper, rustling, breathing deeply, breathing at all, or Jenny will kick you off the podcast. I just want to put that disclaimer out there right now.
There will be
Front and
absolutely
center.
no breathing.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Buckle up, literature fans. We're in for some boozy bookgasms today. Join three cousins creating a titillating headspace where steamy romance novels collide with strong cocktails. So, sit back, sip slow, and enjoy the ride.
Welcome back, literature fans. I'm Kim.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Lynn.
And we have our lucky reader guest,
Woo-hoo!
Marley After Dark, on board with us. Say hello, Marley.
Marley.
Hi, I'm Marley After Dark.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Marley from Maine. Marley from
Beautiful.
Maine.
So today we're going to review a sweet and beautiful love story full of poetry and romance called Wretched by Emily McIntire.
Yeah, sounds romantic.
It really was.
What made you pick this one?
My best friend reads smutty books. I was like, I want to pick a good one. So I asked for her advice. I'm really into like fairy tale kind of stuff. You know, I like the story. So she said these kind of align with those books. So that's how we ended here. And I loved Wicked and all of that. So I was like, this kind of falls perfectly in line.
Yeah, a little more
Okay.
slutty.
I can't wait to hear if it met your expectations.
Oh my
Well,
gosh. Yeah.
However, before we do get started, we are going to have to drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Per
So-
usual.
Tonight's drink is the Flying Monkey, or monkeys if you have several, obviously. We've got some vodka, some Midori, some lime juice, some honey syrup, which I've never made, but it's amazing.
Honey syrup.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
1-to-1 water and honey. And it just makes this really
Nice.
quite yummy.
Okay.
Some green, I always say this wrong, chartreuse.
I think it's Chartreuse.
Okay. And just for some fun, we did some edible gold dust on the rim.
I love edible
Um,
gold dust.
Yeah, garnish it with some cucumber ribbons and maybe some mint leaves, but it's a beautiful green. It's super herby and fierce, like our main character's femme energy.
It's so refreshing. Anything with Midori is
Tasty.
like crisp.
It's a nice
Mhm,
balance.
mhm.
Cucumbers.
So we know why you picked the book.
Mm.
Have you read any of the other series?
Mm-mm. No, I wanted to raw dog it. Go right in.
For those of you who are not familiar with these books, they are steamy and twisted takes on the classic fairy tales. And this one in particular, Wretched, is basically an upside down version of The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
As I did with Hooked, I'm about to school some folks on some similarities.
Is it wretched or wretched?
It's Wretched.
I
Okay.
pronounced it wretched, but I guess you could
It's
say
hard
either,
to say.
right?
I just called it the W.
Wretched. The W.
W. Okay.
I need you to school me on this because in Hooked, I really struggled because I knew enough about the story and I was getting confused and I kept wanting to
Yeah.
figure out the Peter Pan part of it. For this one, the Wizard of Oz theme did not mess me up at all. Like I just wasn't close enough for some reason.
See, I was the opposite. I kept trying to figure
Really?
it out.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
wait. And I was telling
too.
Yeah.
Jen earlier, I struggled to get to the story because I was like, oh my God, that connection. Oh my God, that connection.
See, I like this one better because I couldn't connect it, so it didn't distract me at all.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give some of the characters up front. You guys jump in and I'm going to give you how they're connected unless you want to guess.
Okay.
I have some guesses.
Ooh,
Okay.
spicy.
We're going to open with a crazy Irish mob family of drug runners named the Westerlies. They run a small but profitable business selling a new drug called the Flying Monkey in the town of Kinland, as in Munchkinland. And
Stop!
and are
Oh
now
my
looking to
gosh.
expand into the Cananelli's Italian mob to do so. Now, Westerly, cut Westerly in half. What do you get?
West.
West, as in the Wicked,
Wicked
Witch,
The Wicked
of.
Witch of the West.
Here we go.
Oh, that's good.
I was like,
Wow.
I tabbed
Yeah.
so many things.
I'm so glad that I was not distracted by that.
I
was tough.
was distracted by it and I didn't pick it up, so it doesn't matter.
Well, wait, because it gets better.
Oh, I'm sure. They're smacking you in the face.
She was amazing at this. Our main character is Evelina Westerly, also the name of the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wiz.
Oh.
She is the youngest of 3 Westerly daughters. She's dark and moody and has a horrible temper and is working on impulse control issues, which we obviously see throughout the
Yeah,
book.
we do. We do see some of that.
Very emo.
He's a bit moody. but
Well,
I
I
like
kind of
her.
liked it.
I can relate. Yeah, it's kind of
I'm
neat.
here for it.
Yeah.
She has an older sister, or did, Nessa Westerly, similar to Nessa Rose Throp, the Wicked Witch of the East in the musical and the novel of Wicked. Didn't get that
Oh my
one?
gosh.
No.
Didn't get any of this.
Oh my God. I'm the only one.
Wow.
I knew she was the West.
Nessa, who is the oldest sister,
The one who died.
The one that
the
passed.
one that got killed, was the East.
In the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy was
Right.
good, and in this one, she's not good, and that's the
Which
whole
is an
like
Emily
opposite.
McIntire thing.
I love that about her. Nessa died while out on a boat some years back. She actually had to raise both Evie and their middle sister, Dorothy, and her and Evie were super close. And neither one of them big fans of Dorothy. Dorothy, middle child, spoiled brat, wants lots of attention. She's the last one to see Nessa alive, not heartbroken she's gone, and makes some insinuations throughout the book that maybe she was the one who knocked
She's
her off.
the one.
And then she has the audacity to wear her ruby red high heels to the funeral.
That was very tacky.
She was very talented. This one's going to blow your mind. The father, Farrell Westerly, which is also the name of J. Farrell McDonald, who was the primary director for the motion picture. And he also played the Scarecrow in the 1914 edition of The Wizard of Oz.
The amount of research you did, crazy.
Farrell, he's a low-life criminal, does time, is now leading the family mob.
Poorly. He's leading it poorly.
Yeah, he's done
Yeah.
some time.
He's in the Hooskow.
The mom left, so then the older sister had to raise them.
Kind of dumb, a little chauvinistic. And then they have their mother,
Very.
Glenda, who would have been.
I missed
The
that
good
her name
witch.
was Glenda.
It is because it's only mentioned one time.
You have to really catch
Oh, I
it.
missed that.
I did catch that
That was
part.
the only one that connected for me.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh, I caught that
Right.
one.
Oh.
Well, and
This
Dorothy,
is
obviously.
kind of a rinky-dink operation as far
Oh,
as
yeah.
mob families go, though.
it's pretty small.
Totally.
I mean,
This is the Family Dollar.
I've got a couple more characters and that's it. Cody, longtime friend of Evie, computer whiz. They grew up together. He's very iffy. And then you have Zeke. Anybody recognize Zeke?
I thought he was a cowardly lion.
He is the Cowardly Lion, and he was also the
Oh, look at you.
farmhand on the original
that
Wizard
one
of
makes
Oz.
sense.
Yeah,
That makes
Ezekiel.
sense.
Yes. Zeke was forced into the business by legacy. His father went to prison and was tortured, and therefore Zeke is terrified of ending up the same way. And then Nicholas Woods. Anybody?
Would.
Nicholas.
No.
Nicholas.
AKA Nick Chopper, who was transformed by the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz into the Tin Man with a heart.
Yeah, he does have a heart and other things.
Yeah, lots of other
And
things.
other things.
Hard, wonderful things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
It's even early
Yeah,
for
that
us
was
to be
fun.
starting.
I was just saying that's
Yeah,
what
I
it was.
like it.
Okay.
I'm
No
here for it.
foreplay. Just right in.
He he is an undercover police officer sent in to infiltrate the Westerly family and find the flying monkey suppliers and shut down the organization. He lost his mom to drugs and his sister Rose, who is also a play on the Nessa Rose from earlier, and in the Oz universe with the Rose Princess.
Minus the Wizard of Oz thing, I felt like this was a very codependent brother-sister relationship.
Super
I was a little
codependent.
icky.
It was
there was
weird.
a lot
It
of
was
like
weird.
hugging and like touching each other.
Well, and living together, and I don't know.
I mean,
it
she was
just-
I
an
don't know,
addict. She was a recovering addict. She was his
Yeah.
older sister. It's fine. He was
they
hardly
were- but it
home.
I don't know.
yeah, true.
was very
He was
codependent.
never home.
It was fine.
He did seem to really care about her, which was like, oh,
It was nice. It was redeeming.
He
It was
needed
nice.
somebody to connect to.
I
It
don't
makes
know.
you
It was a
like
little
him.
much.
It was like humanizing for him because otherwise he would have been
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like
a
Tin.
hard character to
Like
like.
steel.
Yeah.
Like a hard character.
Yeah.
Good. It was good. It was good. Now we kick it off. Evie, Evelina, is in a club after shooting someone, which they were super graphic on her.
I did struggle with her badassery, and I don't know why I don't struggle with it when it's a guy, but she had like no real
She had no
remorse,
emotion.
really.
She was just like shot him in the head.
Oh, there's brains on my shoe. So annoying.
First line.
Yeah.
Gross. I have body parts on my shoes. I'm like, oh.
Do you have
Yeah.
a heart? Like, what's
I
happening?
don't think she did. That's very sociopathic.
Mhm.
She's at this bar and she is there to basically wipe out the bartender because he's peddling the wrong drug. He's messing with her drug.
She's
That was
scary.
She is scary. She has like a light switch.
She's sitting at the bar and this guy rolls up cute guy,
Mm.
kind of clean cut. And she's clean cut. She's got blonde hair. She's got no piercings.
A wig.
It's a wig. She's hot. She's blonde. She's definitely our leading man's type. And they start a banter. And it's a cute banter.
It
and
is.
it gets kind of hot and it
Mhm.
gets kind of heavy.
But it's also like really corny. Is it supposed to be really corny? Because
It is
it's
corny.
next level.
My favorite line, she doesn't want to give him her name. He gives her his. She doesn't want to give it back. And she says, just in case you want to stalk me. And his line is, I don't want to stalk you, pretty girl. I just want to fuck you.
I mean, honesty.
I mean, I'm going to the bathroom, but don't follow me. Wink, wink. And he does, obviously.
Right,
Off
she
to the
told him
ladies'
to.
room.
Hook, line, sinker.
Gives her the best orgasm of her life in the bathroom.
Wow.
Best
Public
ever.
bathroom.
And then she walks away and goes and shoots somebody in the alley.
And then she's fine. She has a good 8
Yeah.
hours of sleep after.
It's like, is it better than smoking?
Maybe.
It depends.
Murder after
Yeah.
sex.
It's
I
better
don't know.
for
I don't
you.
do either.
You won't know until you try.
Mhm.
I guess.
Yep.
Ooh.
I'm willing to try anything once, you know?
No, you should always try something twice.
Oh, okay.
Always.
Murder?
I mean,
I feel like I might be a one and done on that.
you either follow the rule or you don't
Well,
follow
you
the
may not
rule.
Get a chance after you go to prison.
You
know.
might
Be better.
actually be one and done.
Nick, this undercover cop, he and his team have cut a deal with Zeke, who we talked about earlier as kind of the mole
Mhm.
coward guy in the organization.
Super coward.
But I got the impression he outwardly appeared to be kind of a tough guy. Muscly, hot
But
dummy.
also, yes, very stupid, like dumb.
I don't think he was
Zeke,
dumb. I
yeah.
think he just let stuff go because he was stuck. I didn't get that he was
maybe.
dumb.
I kind of got big, burly idiot.
Oh, I didn't get idiot.
I didn't get it yet.
I didn't
He was
get
trying to not be his dad while still following his dad.
That was
footsteps.
also too much. He was so fixated on it.
They manipulated him very
It
quickly
was very easy.
That wasn't hard.
It was one
did
line.
it.
He was afraid.
to go to prison.
That's why I thought he was Cowardly Lion.
Yeah,
He was so
because he
scared
didn't
of
want to be
jail.
somebody's bitch in prison. God, what a weenie.
Same.
I don't want that.
I also don't
I
want
mean,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Like,
Yeah, I feel like
It's
it
not
wasn't
that I
a
blame
quick
him.
turn. It was like, you can go to prison just like your dad and be someone's bitch and get tortured.
He was like, what do you want?
Or
And he was like, oh, yeah, there's another option. Sounds good. I'll take it.
Sign up, sign up, sign up.
he's like, what's behind curtain
Mhm.
B? Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, good Oz reference, huh? The curtain.
Nice. There were some good Oz references.
I
in
totally
there.
did that
Yeah,
on
I know.
purpose.
I see you.
Wink, wink. So Zeke agrees to bring in Nick, aka now Braden, into the org.
Because he's
I
undercover.
don't like that name. I didn't get behind it.
I didn't either. I felt it was kind of wishy-washy.
Well, he was kind of
Yeah, I
wishy-washy.
liked Nick better.
Braden doesn't sound like a gangster.
No, it doesn't.
Braden sounds like a 16-year-old
What does
skateboarder.
sound like a gangster? What name would you have given him? I'm just curious.
Dante.
Oh, Dante.
Nick sounds like a
Ooh,
gangster.
yeah. Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Or
He's supposed to be like a gym expert,
right, which is
diamond
not.
expert.
Yeah.
So he's not an
No.
Italian mafia guy. He is purporting to be an expert in diamonds
Yeah.
because the dad wants to diversify his illegal business.
But he's still in illegal business. He comes in like a tough guy. He just doesn't have a tough guy name.
It's Braden.
Braden.
Just
Sad.
like, oh, Braden in
Yeah.
accounting. Like it doesn't.
a little too
That-
preppy.
It feels right.
You know
It's
what
a
I
little
mean? Like
preppy
you
for
can
me,
see
too.
him popping his collar. Like, ooh, yep, that's good.
Vineyard
Exactly.
vines.
Dust off the crumbs. Did you guys think it was weird how much effort he put into the prep work for this job?
But he
No.
never had to use it.
I mean,
This guy was so bad at his job. I
Bad.
don't even know where to begin.
Oh.
Okay.
How did he not know that he slept with the daughter while he was doing a month of surveillance on this family? This is the worst undercover shit I've ever seen.
all the pictures were blurry.
And from far
They
away,
technically didn't
How
have her.
convenient.
she's not the front and center. She's the behind the scenes girl. And she was in disguise
Right.
at the bar with a blonde wig, all her
Preppy
tats were covered,
clothes.
no
True.
earrings.
Mhm.
And then all the surveillance photos are far away, blurry. So he only has childhood photos and not very many of her.
That
I
didn't
feel like
bother
they
me.
explained that away
It
fine.
felt like a hole for me, but
But I thought that if you're going to go undercover, you're going to do a month's worth of
Yeah,
work.
he focused a lot on the diamonds and not the family.
Well, yeah, he had to be a diamond expert.
But he wasn't.
He was also
and he
bad
was
at
only asked
that.
about the diamonds one time.
one time.
They never really went into the diamond
They
side
actually
business.
just used him as muscle, and he never did anything with gems
Diamonds.
ever.
That was a plot hole.
That was
Yeah.
very strange.
Except when he went to Yellow Brick, the strip club.
I really liked that
Oh,
name.
yeah, that was awkward.
Clever name.
That was a reference I obviously got.
Oh, good job, Lindsay.
The flying monkeys. Yeah, I got that. It
Yeah,
really
and
did
the
take me
drug
a while.
name.
Did you catch the Dorothy one, too?
I got Dorothy. I
That
got
was a softball.
the Yellow Brick Road.
I
and
can't believe
got
you guys
Flying
didn't get
Monkeys.
Kinland. That's so funny.
No, but I
No.
that was my favorite.
That was really clever.
Man, I'm like
Yeah.
mad at myself.
I mean, I didn't write it, but thanks for,
right. Well, your research is impeccable. So,
Oh, thank you. Thank you. He shows up and Evelyn doesn't trust him.
as she should.
Good.
She no trust in nobody.
She don't trust in
you know?
nobody. You right. You right. However, Dorothy does.
Mhm. Dorothy's
Dorothy
an
thinks
idiot.
he's super cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Dorothy's kind of a whore. and
She's a smart
kind of
whore.
bitch, and
Smart whore. Is she smart?
She's not smart. She's a dumb whore.
I don't
If
think
I was
she's
in a fight
smart.
with her,
She's a
I would
stupid
call her
whore.
a dumb whore.
Yeah, see, but Evelina, like, she's a botanist.
She's wicked smart.
Real green thumb.
She's the brains of the
I
operation.
like how you did that. Wicked smart.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's talented.
Dorothy and Brayden are kind of flirting around. He's still hung up on Evelina.
But he thinks Dorothy's his way in.
Mhm.
Right.
Because he's a stupid man.
So they're flirting, and it's really getting to Evelina big time. Some of my favorite comments is when Dorothy is commenting about how, she could be with Brayden, and Evelina says, "Don't worry, he can still be your little lapdog, Dorothy. I'm not interested in training a new bitch." Best line in the book.
So cheesy.
Lapdog.
Yeah.
Dorothy had a lapdog.
Yes, Toto.
Ah, hello.
I got that one. I got that
Ding,
one.
ding.
They use pup, and she called him pup
Zing.
and dog.
She calls him Pup the whole time.
That makes sense, though.
Mhm.
Toto.
Gosh.
I was
So
so annoyed
I am
by
liking the
that.
book better now
Oh,
that
you're
we're tying
welcome.
all this together. 'Cause otherwise, it was medium. Yeah, but
Not hearing that. Okay. So they're constantly bantering about hating one another. He gets under her skin. She gets under his. And she is now tasked with trying to take down who in their organization has been cutting their drugs into crap. And he gets saddled with her to do this.
He's not the right person for the job, first of all.
No, I mean, he watches
Not
her.
even a little bit.
They're trying to break him in, I
They're
guess,
not
into
gonna.
like the family biz.
I just don't get how he went from the jewelry guy to
They don't have any jewelry.
muscle.
There's no
But they
jewelry.
never got
They
into
don't
the
even
jewelry
know
business.
him.
It's not like he showed up with a trench coat full of diamonds.
Evie even says, like, this is weird. Dad never lets anyone come close. And now he's all of a sudden in.
Because they trusted Zeke.
Yeah, he had Zeke's sign of approval, so kind of fast tracked him a little bit.
This shakedown at the drug dealer's house was bananas.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
Mhm.
shit. This was.
Yeah.
It was like Pulp Fiction.
It was
shit.
intense.
That was
Mhm.
crazy.
So he's on this journey with her, and he watches her lose her temper. He watches her shoot people.
Mhm.
That was some dark shit.
Very dark.
Without remorse.
Yeah, no remorse.
When
just-
he was really struggling because he's a
Well,
cop.
like, he's a
still.
police officer
Yeah.
Right.
Barely.
watching murder.
Yeah.
I mean, is he in the wrong
Yes.
line of work?
Yes,
Absolutely.
100%.
You see this a lot, like in cop dramas. They're undercover. Like there is sort of
You're
a
living
you
it.
let it happen for the bigger purpose,
They're there to find the supplier is
Yeah.
the bigger
bigger deal.
But he's watching people be murdered.
he did struggle with it emotionally.
He did.
But he didn't because he's
But
like,
he didn't.
these are scum of the earth.
Yeah.
They're drug dealers. These are the reason my mom tweaked out all the time. My
Yeah,
sister
my
was
sister's
an
addicted.
addict.
He kind of rationalized it for himself, I
Yeah,
think.
but so is the girl he likes.
Oh,
but
she's a
go ahead.
nut job.
She's
And, like,
crazy.
And a
Well, and
drug
he
dealer.
does really
Also-
struggle with liking her.
he does.
He does,
hates
but he
himself
knows
for it,
he
yeah.
shouldn't.
The point where she gets her little, I say little, they're like super high heels and digs them into that guy's groin.
Very creepy, but I like it.
What?
I mean, I was okay with it. Very femme fatale.
That's why I wore heels, and just in case you got to
Just in case.
You never know.
She didn't even take them off. She was wearing
I
them.
know. My plan was
Wait,
to
no,
take
it's
him
good.
off. I'm not as savage as her. I never would have got somebody on the ground. But if I took him off,
Because Lynn and I, we're both very visual. I am in my head going, How is she flipping this guy over, stabbing him with her heel? She's got her gun. What was the name of her gun? It's a Desert
Yes,
Eagle.
you're good.
It's a
Yeah.
brand of
Desert
it's
Eagle.
a huge brand of gun.
And she was like 5 foot nothing.
Yeah.
110 pounds.
Yeah.
Like she was tiny.
I mean, these things are heavy, and she's carrying it around on a strap on her thigh, and she whips it out, and she's like stabbing people. Like she's a nut job for sure.
Yeah.
Well, she's intense.
She has
a lot of red flags.
lot.
a
here,
few,
Braden.
Yeah.
Relationship wise.
But he can't stay
You
away.
can't.
It's volatile, but
Yeah.
it's hot, and they are together all the time.
He's into it for sure.
So, moving ahead, Evie is really starting to fall in love with Nick/Braden. She still doesn't know his real name. She knows he's a liar. Can't quite put her finger on why. And he's getting a little bit looser with his cover.
Mm-hmm.
Was he ever
That is
tight? You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he started out kind of well.
He got too into her and started being more honest about who he was with her. She always knew something was off,
Yeah.
but she
Mhm.
kept writing it off. Like every time he would slip.
So his lies are starting to unravel as he's getting closer to her. Both Evie and Nick share this love of poetry. I don't know about you guys.
Really cheesy.
It is. Thank you.
It was so bad.
Big, corny, cheesy, made
can't
me want to
even.
barf.
I did not even know what to do when he starts quoting poetry
Mm-mm.
to her vajayjay.
No,
I'm
don't.
just like, what?
I don't want it to be spoken to.
If a guy did that to me and started quoting poetry, I would run for the fucking hills.
I'd be like, shut up.
Get out.
There is nothing hot about that.
He
at
thought
all.
it was hot.
Creep.
That's what's important.
True.
Everybody's different,
We have different types.
different journeys.
Hey, undercover police officer with muscles. I'm in. Check.
And
Mhm.
poetry.
Quoting poetry, deal breaker. I'm out.
Like in general
so
or
bad.
just to your private areas? I'm curious.
I don't know. To the private areas, but just in general. If
It's
he's like
weird.
talking to me and giving me,
But she was into poetry.
was into
so it was like their common language.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
it
It's
doesn't
how they
make him
connected.
hot.
It
I
broke down her walls, though.
It did, but I just like, to me, here's a line of poetry, lick, lick. Here's a line of poetry, lick, lick. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
That's pretty. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this in any way, shape, or form. It was weird for me. I didn't care for it. Everybody's on their own journey. So I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I was
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing else about the book. Nothing else. But when the poetry to her
Oh.
vagina. I was
What
like,
about the loaded gun sex?
Oh, wait. We're not there yet. What about the spit in the mouth?
okay.
Oh, I don't
was
like
being
that.
sarcastic. There was a lot of flags in the book. Okay.
Oh,
This couple is
God.
very toxic
so
together.
toxic.
There are a lot, but hey, every lid has a pot, right?
That's true.
That's
true.
what they say.
They found each other, which makes me happy.
They do have some pretty hot sex here and there, but every time they hook up, there's some element of violence.
Always
It's like whether he's
Mhm.
choking her or the Desert Eagle is
inside of
not
her.
choking her.
Loaded inside of
She's
her.
like, "Oh, is this gun loaded? Is the safety on? I sure fucking hope so."
I was just gonna say, who listened to it? Who listened and who read?
I was a mix.
I listened.
I was a mix.
Okay, I was a mix, but I happened to catch that part where she's like in the midst, she's in the throw, and she goes, "Wait a minute, is the safety on?" I spit my drink. I laughed so hard, like, you're up to the
Like
fucking,
you're a little late.
like, you're all the way in, girl. A good sneeze, screwed.
Your uterus is blown to oblivion.
I mean, you're toast.
You won't care because you'll be dead. So
Yeah, also that.
Ugh.
But we talked about this last time. We're seeing more and more of this. We're pushing the boundaries on these books. There is more and more sex
Yeah.
with weapons, whether it's knife handles, gun handles. It's creeping me out a little bit. I'm a little worried about society.
It made me anxious.
Not something I'm gonna
the
do.
whole time I'm like, it's gonna go off. It's gonna go off. Don't sneeze. Don't move.
You're not hot because you're just worried about her.
I'm stressed for her life.
Just how she goes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. A
That's
part
the
of me was like, "Oh, he's gonna accidentally kill her right here."
Bookends. And then he's gonna go after
End up
Dorothy
with Dorothy.
Yeah, I shot her in the vagina.
That would have been a
Whoops.
plot
Yeah,
twist.
with her own gun. the poetry to her and to both of them are like the words in their chaotic world. So like you said, Lynn, it helps him relax. It's a way of her dealing with her stress and her pain. I think it was necessary because it showed that they were not these horrific individuals. They had a vulnerability. They had a softer edge. I see your face, Jen.
It tried to redeem.
They were still pretty horrific.
They were, but I think there was another side to them.
There is a softer side.
It's there if you look really, 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 really close.
Yeah, but not too close because
Not too
guns
close.
loaded.
They're still pretty awful, but
There was a lot of drugs in this book.
A lot of
A
heroin.
lot.
I mean, the
well,
good
they're drug
stuff.
dealers. I mean,
Makes sense.
You
Mob.
have to expect
Yeah.
to see it. It's a mob book. Like, what do you
I
expect?
know, you're right, you're right.
They're gonna kill people and sell
Yeah,
drugs.
True. I just didn't see it coming still. I don't
It's a little off-putting.
I like a mafia story where I don't really need to know what's going on behind
Right.
the scenes. I just need to know you're hot and you're rich.
Mhm.
So that's really
It's
not
a
a
mob book.
mafia at all.
That's a billionaire romance. You like
That's
those.
a different genre
You
altogether.
can be in the mafia and be a billionaire. We can combine genres.
But they're in
But they're in the mob.
yeah, but I don't need to
point.
know what he does during the
But
day.
the whole point
I
is
just
that
want to
it's
know what's going on at
dangerous
night.
and-
I don't want to see
No.
the sausage being made. I just
It
want to eat
doesn't
it.
No, I don't
work.
need to see
Right.
that. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
no, you need the context behind it. So back to the actual story.
Please.
Evelina, she has now come to terms with the fact she's in love with this guy.
Uh.
She is soft now. She loves him. She is going to come clean. She's going to show him her greenhouse.
Which is pretty fucking cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
The imagery on this was
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was cool.
I was like, do I want one? Yeah, I do. I do want one.
And it was Emerald
It's
City,
so
right?
cool.
Like the
Mhm.
greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
And
greenhouse.
and the
he's-
drum that she cooks in and circles it around like a cauldron.
Yes.
It's the same thing. It was just the
Mhm.
imagery was great. So Emily, kudos on that. Not on the gun sex thing because I didn't like that. So she takes him in. She professes her love to him. He realizes right then and there, holy shit, she's the supplier. She says, I love you. And what does he do?
He bails.
Puff of smoke where he was standing.
Like,
out of
woof,
there. He's
Out.
gone.
I got to take a call.
Yeah.
See ya.
Every guy I dated in my 20s, that's what happened right there.
Is that where it went wrong?
I love you. Wait, where are you going?
Yeah.
Well, he's very angsty right now because he also likes her,
Mhm.
but well, he doesn't know she's growing the stuff yet.
He's about to find out. When he leaves, he finds out. He runs into Dorothy, who's like, she's going to train
Right,
me.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, it's her. Because again, he's a bad cop. It took him to like the end of the book to figure out who the supplier was when he was fucking her the whole time.
Yeah. He's not very bright.
No, he's really not.
He's not good at his
Okay.
job.
He also says, oh, I don't feel anything for anyone. And this is why I'm in this profession. And this is why they put me on this job. But really, he finally
gets-
does feel something, and it's for
Catches the feels.
that had me.
The other side plot, though, so the dad's making deals over here, and she's getting kind of pissed because she's the brains of the operation, and he's kind of cutting her out and treating her like crap, slapping her around and saying, like, you will do what I tell you to do, and train Dorothy.
Yeah, Dad got mean.
Yeah, he
Dad
was
was
mean.
kind of always a dick, but yeah,
I just thought he was just ambivalent, but no, he
He was
got
mean.
mean.
he was awful.
Yeah. And Dorothy was useless.
She didn't want to learn either.
No, but she wanted to be important.
She wanted to be the favorite.
Right.
They're all a little damaged.
Yeah, a little.
They're a
little.
lot damaged. So eventually, Evelina catches Nick. She overhears a conversation between Nick and his partner, Seth.
Because she followed him because, again, he's horrible at his job.
I never really realized that until you guys have really been hammering that home. But in his defense, he thought like she wasn't supposed to be in
She
Chicago.
was not supposed to be there.
He evaded everybody else that was in Chicago. She wasn't supposed to be there. She
But as
figures
a
out where he
cop,
is.
like you should,
You should know. Yes.
like, do you
That was
look
real dumb.
around when you walk outside? He even tried to catch her at one point in the book, and she was like, "Hey, I see you."
Yeah.
I mean,
Knew you were following me. Duh.
He's not
No.
good at this.
In the
you
beginning,
guys.
they talk about how he is the best cop for this job.
I see no evidence
They did say
supporting
that.
that.
Well, because he's unemotional, so he doesn't catch feels.
Yeah, well, he caught him.
He caught him though.
He caught him. He
Bad
threw
news
him.
bears.
He did all the things.
Her heart was hurt because she said, I love you, and he ran away.
Mhm.
And she's a psychopath.
Just a little
So
bit.
she
yeah.
ran after him
Their
with her
gun.
big
So
gun.
judgy. Golly.
I'm sorry, but all if it quacks like a duck. I mean, this woman has murdered how many people?
6,
She has
7.
no feelings whatsoever.
She hears him basically talking to his partner and talking about how Zeke had betrayed them. And now she's really pissed and she heads back to her greenhouse and everything. This is where shit got super dark for me.
But this is where I really liked it because the chapter
Mhm.
starts with him and it's like, well, my cover's blown.
BT duds.
No
I'm
shit.
over it.
It hasn't really been covered.
And this is the part where you're like, wow, he's not super professional because he's like, my
Yeah.
cover's blown, so I'm going to quit.
I'm out.
And I'm going to go after the girl, the drug dealing, the psychopath murderer that I've fallen in love with.
I mean, what did you think he was going to
Love
do?
makes you do crazy things. It's so
So
romantic.
true.
Stupid.
I know. I just
I
forget.
love it.
I told you there was romance, there was love, there was poetry.
I don't
A
know.
lot of poetry.
But it does get dark, you're right.
It does get very dark.
Yeah.
Fast.
At this point, she has realized we're in trouble. I got to get rid of the evidence. But before I do that, she has now confirmed that Dorothy was the reason her sister was dead. Dorothy killed her sister and she's going to get revenge.
I can't believe she said that. I mean, I can, but I'm like, wow.
I mean,
you
she
just-
said it like 4 times.
I
Like,
know.
oh, I'm glad she's gone. I'm not sad
I
about it.
know. She's disgusting.
She was.
She was almost proud of it just because she knew it would
Mhm.
hurt her sister. She said it.
So back at the greenhouse, this thing was
Ugh.
so dark. Once it hit, you could not stop what was happening. So Dorothy shows up with the thought in mind that her sister is now going to train her finally to make the poppy, to make the flying monkey drug, opium, basically.
Yes.
So she's going to train her how to do this. And she's walking around and she is, like she always is, mouthing off, talking about, oh, I'm so glad Nessa's gone. Aren't you glad you're not in her shadow anymore? And she just is feeding the flame. Meanwhile,
the
her
bear.
sister is
Yep.
like hooking her up with a nice syringe of opioid to stab into her quickly and
She
stab.
deserved it.
Yeah, she like collapses, gets super
didn't hate this
sleepy.
part.
I didn't either, but it was so
kinda
dark
deserved it.
where it went.
It was.
And I get
creepy.
why they did it like that.
That was weird.
Which she hung her above the drum
Could have done
and
without that.
slowly drops her into acid. Hence
Very
the
mob-like.
I'm melting.
Oh.
Yes. So circling back, at one point she's almost up past her knees and she's like, oh, you should start to feel it now because the drugs are going to start to wear off. And I was like,
And she does.
She's a psychopath.
icky.
I don't
was
know how
icky.
else to.
Yeah.
Like you can be mad at your sister,
but you don't
know how to do
acid
that.
wash her.
Yeah,
That's a bit.
Well, she did kill the
much.
other sister. And
She
She's
did.
been making Evie's life miserable.
She has. And then the dad comes in. He's watching it happen. She's got the gun to the dad. And somehow the dad gets the best of her. And they're wrestling and fighting. And the dad is choking her. And he's about to kill her when all of a sudden he has a bullet hole in his head.
Zeke.
That worked
Zeke!
out for
really
her.
did.
Yeah.
Great.
Zeke found his courage.
Zeke needed a redeeming moment.
He got his redemption arc.
Yeah.
much like the Cowardly Lion.
Just like
Yeah.
that.
I know. He
Zeke
makes up
Weird.
for it in the end, and then you love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, of all the characters, I think I like Zeke.
He
the
was
best.
great.
Same.
You just want to
Yeah.
give him a
And he-
hug, take him out for a
He
beer.
cleans it all up for her.
That was nice.
Gets rid of the sister
Right. Gets
and
rid
the
of
drum
everything.
and the dad.
So then we fast forward. She's at her little cottage and she's about to go on the run. And Cody comes in. She's been calling Cody. Where you at? Where you at? I need help. Cody walks in. Cody doesn't look like Cody. Cody looks like a douchebag cop.
A cop.
I did not like Cody.
Same.
Not that cops are douchebags, but Cody also was a douchebag and a cop.
Did you feel like his personality totally flipped because he was this warm and fuzzy, the gay best friend? He was super cool.
He was playing a part.
He was playing,
Mhm.
but then all of a sudden he's
He
like a
knows how to do
douchebag.
undercover
Thank you.
work.
He was good at his job, which is why he's not likable.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants
Nick,
to
not
see you
so
be
much.
good at your job.
Yeah.
That's boring.
So he starts to handcuff her, and in comes our best friend, Nick,
My favorite part is coming up. Oh,
who ends up, what does he do? Come on, Marley. Marley After Dark, hit it.
he kills him. For her.
He kills him. He kills him.
For her. It's so romantic.
I mean, at least it came
Murders.
through in the end.
He
can do
doesn't
something
kill.
right.
He watched the whole book. He
Murderer.
watches her kill the whole book.
That's right.
And then finally
This is the
he
first.
comes in and he's like, I'm going to kill for the woman that I love. I mean, come on. So romantic.
It was sweet.
I was here for
I
it.
thought it was sweet.
It was sweet.
It was
Yes.
good. I was very sad about Cody, like, ending up being a bad character. So I was okay with
I was
this.
wondering, like,
might
who
be.
he was going to be. I kept being like, he's got to be somebody. She's,
I knew he was not who he
was
said he
weird.
was. Yeah. I knew
Dang.
he was going to turn.
that was a good twist.
She flees. And where does she
Yeah.
flee to?
Ireland.
Ireland.
Finally, the Irish in her comes out. She heads to Ireland and she waits for Nick to A, quit his job.
Which he
And
should have
B,
done a long time ago.
Get past all of the
Yeah.
legalities of the fact that he just killed
Yeah.
a
She's
cop.
Well,
on
you know.
every wanted poster everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, and try not to get caught for murder, Nick.
Mhm.
Because
Right.
he
Because
did
you
that.
just did a
Yeah.
murder
One of his own, too.
of a
Yeah,
cop.
it's not
yeah.
good.
And he was
Yeah, but he wrote that off.
He
and
wrote
he's
it
still
off,
like they
yeah.
didn't, and they believed him.
Yeah.
Like he quit his job, but they were trying to get him to stay. So but he had to tie all that up so he didn't look like he was a bad guy.
like crazy.
That was the only smart thing he did for himself.
No. The smartest thing he did was flee to the island.
Well, that too.
And he goes over and he meets up with her and he takes up woodwork, which is my favorite thing.
Aw.
Mm.
Just like the Tin Man.
Small Irish town.
Oh, that's
The
cute.
Tin Man took up woodwork?
Yes, the Tin Man was a woodcutter, a chopper in the Wizard of Oz. That's what he did
That's
for a
he's not
living.
whittling animals out of it. He's chopping.
So is he. So in the end, he's like chopping up firewood and he's doing all this stuff in this little Irish rinky-dink town. They're having weird sex.
It's so cute.
It was great.
Happily ever after
Happily
on
ever after.
America's Most Wanted.
They found
Yeah,
each other.
I mean-
perfect.
There's a lid for every
True
car.
love at last.
I mean, there was still some plot holes about like how she escaped, how she
Oh,
got
sure.
new paperwork.
Yeah,
Gaping.
like who flew that jet? Who does she know?
Right.
We found a jet and they took me to Ireland. Wow.
That's I don't have
that's
a jet on
that's
this
called
one.
having friends,
She had probably millions
She
at
had
her
money.
fingertips.
which is also nice, I'm sure.
And she became a poet, right? Like she just.
Oh yeah, she's a writer, a dreamer, a poet.
She retired
It all
early.
works out.
Mhm.
I mean, do you think she's
I
really retired or you think she's like growing some weed and some poppies in the backyard?
No.
I mean, she has
Yeah.
the land, I'm sure. She could do whatever.
She could always fall back
Yeah.
on that.
Ratings. Jen.
I gave this 3 stars.
Ooh.
Emily McIntire writes to a formula. I think the tie-in to The Wizard of Oz, and even when we did Hooked, the tie-in keeps it really interesting and it's super creative. But as far as mafia romances go, it's a little watery. I like a stronger vodka. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
I gave it a 3 because I just felt like the storyline was a little weak. But all the other stuff was very creative.
Nice.
Lynn?
I gave it a 3.5. I liked it better than Hooked, probably because I didn't get as distracted by trying to figure out all the connections. I caught a couple, but they didn't distract me like the other one did. I thought that she was really aggressive, and I did connect the dots between, I've read other mafia ones where the guys are like that. It doesn't bother me as much, so I'm obviously not a feminist. I didn't mind that he was bad at his job. I thought the story was fine, but agree, it's a formula. There were some twists that I wasn't expecting. You knew Dorothy killed the sister. You figured that was going to come out. I wasn't expecting Cody.
I wasn't either.
There were a couple of things that did surprise me.
It was much like the cave scene in Hooked,
Yeah.
where it all came to a head.
Came
at
together.
one-
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought it was fine. It was medium. It's not knocking it out of the park for me, but I liked it.
All right, Marley After Dark.
I have to give it a 3.5, but I really liked it. Yeah, I thought it was super cheesy and kind of corny, and I was like, I don't love the poetry. I think he's kind of weird. He's bad at his job. How are they not
Especially
seeing
not
each
seeing
other for what they
Mhm.
are? But then when he shoots the guy and he finds her a year later in Ireland, I was like, oh my God, I fucking loved it.
Tied it
That's
all up.
where the half star comes in. She's like, ooh, bumped
That's
it
where I
up.
was like, all right, I'm going to
Totally.
read another one. They got me.
Kim?
I struggled with this one, but I still gave it a 4 because I struggled with it. I like trying to compare the two. I have the
Mhm.
next one, Scarred, so I'm going to read that one too.
And what's that one?
Lion King.
Oh,
Oh, that
Yeah,
makes
it should be
sense.
very interesting. I love trying to find the correlation and the amount of work that goes into it. I did think there were some weird gaps. Why is he a jewel thief? Doesn't make sense.
He wasn't.
Right. And I thought it was like,
He never stole any jewels. I'm just saying, like, that's why they
you
hired
could
him.
say it, but that was his title.
That's a plot hole.
Yeah. Like you, I think it was a lot like the cave at the end of Hooked, where everything just kind of came to a head really quickly.
I like that though. Ties it all
I
up.
liked this one better. The dark moments of dropping into acid and the imagery there.
That was a lot.
I thought it was amazing.
She always puts a good twist in there that you don't see coming.
She does.
I do love a twist.
Yeah.
Bad cop and
Yeah.
psychopath. Perfect love stories. Yeah, I gave it a 4. Spice meter.
It was a good solid 3, maybe 3.5. I mean, the spice was hot. I didn't love the loaded gun sex, but all the rest of it, I was there for it.
Or the clit poetry. That was not your thing either.
Poetry, line, lick.
Oh, it's cliterature. It's literally cliterature. Oh my God, that's amazing.
I didn't hate
Took
that
us
as
an
much
hour.
as the gun sex. I can't
Gun
get
sex
into
is
that.
bothering. Yeah.
But I thought she knows how to write some spice.
She does.
I agree. I thought the spice, I mean, I'd almost give it a 4. Like, I thought where there was spice, it was really good. I wasn't as distracted by the gun scene.
We all have our thing.
I mean, I'm not looking for that, but she wrote it.
Thank you for
really-
clarifying.
She wrote it
Right.
really well. To the point where you could see her getting into it and like why. So yeah, I thought the spice was good.
Marley?
I'm still very new to smutty books, but this felt like a 4 to me. There was a lot of smut. It wasn't bad. The gun scene, was too much.
Marley said it got her talking dirty to her husband a little
Yeah,
bit.
it
Ooh.
did.
Well, that is the goal of this show in general.
Yeah, Marley
Yeah.
After Dark came out.
Nah.
Things are good.
Just be a smart whore. That's all we
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be a
The
smart whore.
smartest whore. Yeah, that's
The
me.
smartest.
Our poor listeners have no idea what you two are talking about. I don't know. We'll disclose in a later episode.
I gave it a 4. There was almost 4 times as much sex in this one as there was in Hooked. There was hardly
Agreed.
any sex in
Mhm.
Hooked. And it's like she hit the ground running in this one and just took off with it. And I thought it was pretty hot, other than the fact that I really worried about the gun scene. Any given moment, sneezing, any problems that would go wrong.
Did he have his finger on the trigger? I don't remember.
Does it
that.
matter? I mean, look,
I mean, kinda.
not really. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
it does.
It definitely does. Yeah.
It gets slippery. I mean, like, if he's got his finger on the trigger, he slips.
why did you even say that?
Well, they did mention how slippery it got, so that is
Yeah,
a
they
good call.
did. And
Yeah.
like, does she clean it later?
I mean, you have to
I doubt she
assume.
cleaned it.
It's probably got
She probably
jammed.
just hung it to dry, called it good.
And safety. Yeah. So 4 for me, super hot.
Agreed.
All right, Jen, wrap it up.
Thank you so much, Marley, for being here with us today. It has been so much fun to have you here. If anyone else would like to join our show, please send us your book recommendations. You can go directly to boozybookgasms.com, or you can email me directly at jen@boozybookgasms.com. Be sure to find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out our website for reading lists, cocktail recipes, and episodes of the show. And until next time, happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
Bye.
Happy reading.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope today's episode was the climax of your day, leaving you breathless and wanting more. Until next time, remember to indulge in the pleasures of life and to keep the passion alive. You can find more tantalizing episodes at boozybookgasms.com. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you soon.